Hey everyone, it's Presley of ActOutGames here, and today we are at the comic book store getting comic books again. We haven't done this in a while, as always. We go traveling and we forget. I'm gonna look for the thing I want. This one had ads on, like, I think Gotham Academy, and it looked really cool.
We'll flip through it and see if you want.
Okay, I found the Voltron comic. I just really, like, and I have, my knees hurt because I just slid over there really quickly to grab it. But yay, new Voltron comic. I can't English because I'm very excited.
Okay, we just got a couple of extras outside of our polls. It's kind of a slow time, so not a ton going on, but the new Vision I've heard is really great. Presley got her Voltron, and then Cooper got a Pokemon one.
She's holding.
Oh, and then Presley got a new Goldie Vance. I guess that was
the
ad was in one of the books she reads, so we'll check it out and see what we think about it. Okay, give me your Pokemon, Cooper.
Nice one?
Yeah, that one, the comic book, not the game. Okay, you ready? Let's go check out. So we're back. It's really late. After we got back to the comic book store, we shot a whole new PBS video.
Oh yeah.
Right? In sort of phases, and this was kind of a long one, so we're gonna have to figure out in the editing how we can. It's almost 11.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so we can sort of clear out.
It's 11.
Oh, it's 11. Yes. So, yeah, so it's been a busy night, but stuff we didn't sort of vlog about because we were shooting this PBS thing. And the one we shot tonight, I think it went pretty well, and I think it should be out in about 2 weeks. There's 5 of these altogether. There should be one a week. Yeah, there should be one a week. So the first one came out last week. We got one that we're wrapping up that should come out on Friday, I think. And then maybe every Thursday for the next few weeks, right?
Yeah.
So we got the one that we just shot. So there's one coming out this week. There's the one we just shot that'll come out next week. The week after that will be the one we shot while we were in DC, when you guys got to see us out there.
Do you have one more that we need to do?
Huh? Yeah, and then there's one more that we need to shoot, but I'm actually still working on the script for that one.
It's almost done.
There's only one more we have to shoot, assuming that everybody signs off on the one that we shot tonight, and we don't have to reshoot it.
I think pretty good,
I think it went pretty well, so we'll see what happens.
There's one more.
Anyway, it's late.
Yeah.
We got comics. These are the comics that from our pull list, and we grabbed a couple actually new ones as well. And we'll add this to the pull list if you want to. Yeah,
please.
So we're just going to talk really quickly about some of the comics. I haven't read all of them. Presley hasn't read all of them. I think between the two of us, we've read almost all of them. And so we'll give you a quick highlights of what we thought from the ones. And this is probably close to a month's worth of comics. We haven't been and pulled them lately. All right, Pujan, what's your first?
I'm going to talk about Voltron since it's the first, I think this is the first not comic exclusive one. Because there's one for New York City Comic Con, I think. And then there was definitely one for San Diego Comic Con.
We'll order the other ones so you can read them.
Yay! Okay, so, yeah, the Voltron one was really good. Should I give, like, a quick overview of what it's about?
If you want, like, really quickly, because we're going to do several, I think.
Okay. Lance thinks he's real good. Like he does all of the time. And he is real good.
How did
Lance.
Was it accurate to the show, their characters and the writing and stuff?
Oh my god, yes. I mean, it was very Lance-centric. Thank god Lance needs more. Give more to Lance, please. But yes,
you approved.
I do approve, and there was some very good Clance moments. Yay. My soul is complete. I have a friend that ships Clance really hard, so I'm just going to have to just yell at them about this comic book for a really long time.
All right, awesome. Okay, that's your first one. I'm going to go with Squirrel Girl, I think.
Yay, okay.
I love Squirrel Girl. Like, Squirrel Girl is just one of the best comic books that's running right now.
Have we ever told the origin story of why we started to the camera? I know I've told it to people.
Of why we started reading Squirrel Girl?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Cool. Okay, so in my webcomic, it all started when me and my friend just played a game called Kid Power together, where you were kids and you could choose like 3 powers that you had, and it was cool. And one of the characters was an animal-powered person, and her name is Paxi. And she likes squirrels, and she has orange hair. And Miss Doreen Green over here also so happens to like squirrels and have orange hair. So I saw this on the thing, and I just sort of said as a joke, "Hey, look, it's Paxi." So we got it. We ended up reading it, and we loved it.
It was the first issue too.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was the first issue that we got. So we've been reading it ever since it started.
Yeah.
The first issue. There have been 2 first issues recently.
The first issue.
But it's just so cleverly written, and there's lots of nods to like computer science that are really funny because she's a computer science major. And then I love the footnotes. Like I think every comic book should have footnotes now.
They started with the second. I think they started with comic number 1, number 2.
Yeah, right. So and like the ones in here are really clever, and it goes very like meta, like so like Doreen it breaks the fourth wall, so there's like some
all the time.
Right, yeah, there's some Deadpool stuff, but funny.
Deadpool stuff, but funny.
Don't hate me for saying that. But it's really well written, and then even sort of like the writer of the comic book does some of the footnotes, and they're from her perspective. Some of them are from Doreen's perspective, and some of them are from there. Like in this one, it's really funny. She had to come up with a bunch of magazines that she wanted to be as boring as possible, but she's like, "But I would totally read these magazines when I read it." It's really clever and funny, and I loved it. And I'll tie into this one. Mentioned a Doctor Strange bad guy because they all start with like a tweet storm. From Squirrel Girl and like them. All of these other characters, right? Yeah, it's one of the funny things.
They're real tweets, by the way. I think you can find them on her Twitter. That was cool.
She sent these tweets out, and she was talking about I've been asleep, so I haven't been fighting evil. And I think was it Tony Stark?
Yes.
That said, well, there's a Doctor Strange.
That was Spider-Man, I think.
Whoever it was. Whoever she was tweeting with said, "Hey, there's a Doctor Strange bad guy called Nightmare that you could have been fighting in your dreams, and Doctor Strange." This month, Nightmare shows up.
Spooky.
And so it's starting a new...
probably planned.
Yeah, I'm sure. There's a new story arc that's starting in Doctor Strange, so it's a good time to jump in. This is issue number 12, which is one of the new thing, and it's written by Jason Aaron, who I love. And so really good. Doctor Strange was really good, and it tied in, like, surprisingly with Squirrel Girl. Yeah. Which I thought was pretty cool. Okay, you want to do a second one real quick?
Okay, I don't know which ones you're gonna do and which ones I'm not gonna do.
Okay, just touch on a couple of them really quickly, so that because I don't have a ton of time.
I think you'll do Tomboy, right? Because we both read that one. Sure. So this is one that I don't think you read.
I haven't read that one. Yep.
So this is Lumberjanes, and as you know, I love Lumberjanes. I picked up the what are they called? Trade issue of like the first 5, and I loved it so much. We picked it up at Denver Comic-Con last year.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm guessing around last year, sometime. Yeah. A few years ago, at least. So, at the most. Whoa, English. But this one was really, really good. There was a new story arc starting last issue or 2 issues ago. I'm not sure. So this is sort of... there was a Gorgon that got into the camp and froze an entire cabin of people because she's a Gorgon.
Yep.
So she turned them to stone. And there's this whole mystery kind of going on over whether it's Artemis. Yes, the actual Artemis. Mm-hmm. Whether it's Artemis or whether it's this Gorgon, which is on the cover here. And there's a whole lot of things, and there's gay drama. It's great. It's very good. It's a really good comic book, and there's definitely a lot of representation. There's definitely a lot of gay, and I heard somewhere, I'm not sure from who, but I heard somewhere that there is a canon trans girl. Mm-hmm. I don't remember. I think it's Joe. I think Joe is a canon trans girl, but I don't remember where I heard it from. I remember that too. Yeah. I heard it from someone, but I'm not sure if the information is correct, but that would be really awesome if it was. Yeah, there's a lot of diversity. And, like, it's great because it's about gays fighting supernatural entities, and in summer camp, and it's really good, and I would definitely recommend sort of jumping in around now, because with it a new story arc kind of just started.
Oh, cool.
Unfortunately, it's not one of the ones that it started this issue, but it started, I'm pretty sure, last issue.
Yeah, so it's still early enough to jump in.
Yeah, if you can grab a couple of these, it's really good.
Okay.
And I know the comic book store that we go to has a bunch of the first ones, too.
Yeah, you can get back issues on that one pretty easily. All right, I'm going to plow through a few really quickly.
Okay.
All right, Tomboy.
It's really good.
If Squirrel Girl is not the best current comic book running, it's Tomboy. Because Tomboy is amazing.
We can't decide.
It's so good. And this was an issue that was kind of moving a lot of pieces, like getting a lot of stuff set up. It still had a bunch of cool stuff in it. It was a little bit of a slower issue because it was kind of setting up some story.
So good.
No, it's still awesome. It's amazing. It's really
so
beautifully written, and the art is it's
so good.
It's probably of the active ongoing books right now. It's probably my favorite.
It's very violent though.
It is pretty violent. We've talked about it every time. Like it's pretty violent. And there's
if
one other one.
Small child, don't read
There's
that.
one other one that I might like more, but it's not currently putting out issues, and I can't even say the title of that one on here because we're a family-friendly vlog. But yeah, Tomboy is awesome.
favorites.
Miss Marvel, again,
get a chance to read this
really
one yet.
amazingly written. The story is great. Everything, they've all been good. This is another really good issue. This is one I wish had subtitle or had the little footnotes. Like I would love subtitles. This is one. I think it would be awesome if this had footnotes because I would love for the author to be talking a little bit about what they're doing with the story and stuff. Because I love Miss Marvel. I think this is a great book. You should totally pick this up. Last, if you're not reading The Vision, you should totally be reading The Vision. It does have a dog in it. It's like a robot flying dog too.
Oh, cool.
So this is about like Vision trying to live a normal life, and it was kind of, I thought it was kind of a one-off thing when the story first came around. But you know, this is issue 11 now, and they're getting really good. And almost every month, this is one of the highest rated comics that's out there. So if you like the Vision and sort of that universe,
I love that trope so much.
you should definitely be checking out the Vision and seeing, like, you know, even on the cover, he's like in a little barbecue and he's living in like a suburban 50s kind of life, and he made a wife and kid and stuff. It's really clever.
Apparently.
Yeah, really clever, really good story. I definitely think you should check that out.
I love that trope though. Like, Goldie Vance. Unfortunately, I picked up the 6th issue. I thought it was the first one because I saw ads for it in Lumberjanes. I bet there's one in this one, but I didn't check. I saw ads for it in Lumberjanes, and I saw this, and I'm like, oh, I bet this is the first issue because I've never seen it, and I've seen ads, and it looked really cool because they had like those, here's the first 2 pages ad thing. So this is the 6th issue. It was really good though for a 6th issue, and I do this weird thing where, like, I've done this with several books where I'll read the second book, love it, and then I'll read the first book and I'll be like, well, now it's not as cool because I know what happens. But yeah, this one still I think was really good, even if though it's a 6th issue.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've worked pretty hard so far. Like, I've just been kind of getting you into comic books, and now you're definitely into comics now. Like, it's taken, right? It's been like a year now that we've been reading, but I've worked pretty hard. Yeah, I think so. I've worked pretty hard to make sure that I bring you in, like, on first issues. Right, because it's easier to kind of get with the stories and stuff, but that's not the common thing, right? Because you're looking at like these, you know, I mean, Marvel just did a big reboot in the universe, right? But you're looking at things that are in like the hundreds of issues and stuff. And sooner, like at some point, you just have to jump in and start reading, and you'll keep going, and you may be a little lost in the story for a few issues, but you catch on. That
actually did happen with Lumberjanes because I read the first 5, and then I read the first, I'd say we got the first issues up to 10. So I read all those, but then we got the new ones, and it was like issue 9, and it was like issue 15.
Yeah.
So I missed the whole 5 issues.
So you don't always, that's what I'm saying. You don't always have the luxury of jumping in at number 1 or even jumping in at the start of a new story arc or something like that. So jumping in at 6 is really not that big a deal, right? You just, if you liked it and you thought it was interesting, even if you were a little bit lost, then 2 more issues, you'll know what's going on and you'll be tracking and you'll be fine.
There is stuff about like this mystery astronaut that they were finding, and I expected this to be issue 1. I didn't see the number 6 until I finished. Right. So I expected them to like kind of say, like talk about the astronaut and Goldie, who is the main character right here. I expected her to be like kind of confusing because she's talking about this astronaut, and then another character's like, wait, what's that? Tell me, please. And then
get explained.
It gets explained or something. Yeah. But this is actually happens to be number 6, so that didn't happen.
So this is going to be one of Presley's first experiences jumping in midstream into a comic. So we'll get some more issues of this. I'll look and see if I can get some of the back issues to get her kind of. But it's only 6, right? It's not like you're jumping into issue 70 and there's all this huge story. But they just keep cycling through story arcs. So don't feel like you need to jump in on issue 1 or even at the beginning of a new story arc or something like that. If you grab it and read it. If you like the art and you like the writing style and the story seems interesting, just get a couple of issues and before you know it, you'll be caught up. It doesn't matter when you jump in midstream. It just takes an issue or 2.
It's really, I've done that with books, like the book club book that you're supposed to be reading.
Oh yeah, is midstream.
It is actually the second book.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say anywhere on the cover, and obviously libraries have like those stickers on the end. Oh, yeah. And it just so happened our library always puts it above the number of the book. Right. I don't know why they do that. I don't know if it's on purpose, but it always happens to be right there.
So what we'll do next month, we'll get Goldie Vance again, the next issue, whenever it comes out. Was it new? Was that off of the new?
Yeah,
so it's probably this week. Yeah. So in a month, we'll get the second one. We'll have Presley read it, and we'll see if she even feels lost at all after reading the second issue, or her second issue 7, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. That'll be a fun little experiment to see how Presley jumps in midstream. So
It's pretty sad at the end.
basically, there's lots of great comics out there. It's kind of a slow time of year, but there's a lot of really good stuff going on. So
Yeah.
I would jump into any of these, and
There's
they're
not
awesome.
big things happening because it's not like summer vacation where everyone actually has time
Yeah.
to go and get stuff.
Yeah.
So there's not really big things happening, which is actually some of my favorite times because I love those really, sort of, I can't remember the word, I can only think of Mellow High, which is a song from Minecraft. Like those really slice of life,
Then you should read
I don't
The
know if
Vision.
melodramatic is the right
Yeah,
word.
The Vision's really good. You
Is
should
that the
read
right
That
word?
Slice of Life is the right thing, I think.
Melodramatic. Well, it's sort of like dramatic, but the tiny
Yeah.
things are so dramatic.
Right.
Like, oh my god, I lost an earring. So dramatic.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like
you should
Kardashian
totally
style.
start reading The Vision.
Okay, good, because I love those things. I
Yeah.
love, like, sort of when there's nothing happening. And I'm very upset because the people in, this is kind of a bit off topic, but the people in Dark Matter can never catch a break. And it makes me sad because I want to see what they do during their break time.
Right. Okay, so this is a really long conversation.
Yeah.
As always, whenever
Yeah.
we talk. Yeah, great time. If you're reading any of these, let us know what you think about them. If you're reading other things that you really love right now, let us know, and we'll pick them up next time we go. Yeah, tell us down there.
Book recommendations, please.
If you want to see more conversations about these things or deeper reviews and stuff, let us know in the comments. Please
Yeah.
click the subscribe button so you can keep up with
probably
more
get,
of this.
An hour-long
Yeah,
thing
that's true.
of us talking about
That's right.
books that we
That's
like.
right. But for now, it's time to put her to bed.
Okay. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!